We were walking, we'd been walking about 2 miles or something like that from our start, and the next thing I started to feel rather sluggish in walking. I wasn't up to my usual pace, and eventually, so it was just like turning a dimmer switch out. I was just fading fast, and the guys in the group recognised that there was something wrong. They said, "Oh, you're going back home," you know. So we started from our house anyway, you know, where we'd had bacon butties and things like that. It was all the start of a really good day. And next thing, I'm face down in a puddle, in a big puddle thing.
It was pouring with rain.
Yeah, it started to rain. Luckily enough, Greg Wood, who's a member of the team, he's a first responder as a volunteer. That's what I was going to say. As a volunteer, and of course he knows what to do. He's been to people like me before, so when I went down, he spotted the signs and everything. But, and this is what you were asking, did I know I was having a heart attack? No.
We were out for a walk. It's a regular thing for us 3 or 4 times a year. There was 6 of us, and we were planning on a walk that was going to last most of the day. We were on a footpath which runs parallel to the M62 motorway, and that's about as much as we knew about our exact location. Ray took ill. He'd started to feel unwell, but then he recovered. But we'd said, let's get off the footpath and we'll go back, because obviously something. And then a couple of minutes after that, he just collapsed. He'd had a cardiac arrest, and his heart had gone into a very serious irregular rhythm. So I started chest compressions straight away, because without that, chances of survival dropped tremendously in the first 10 minutes. Some of our friends got hold of the ambulance service trying to locate exactly where we were and get a paramedic dispatched. We ended up with the helicopter coming as well. And between us all, but particularly when the medical assistants arrived, thankfully we were able to get him back into a regular heart rhythm and get him to hospital as a matter of urgency.
I woke up and Anne was there. You were there
by that time. One of the lads who was a walker.
Yeah, Greg, the first responder guy, who's here. He was the first. He'd followed. He went in the ambulance. And the first thing I remember was seeing Greg at the door. I was in a small ward, and Greg appeared at the door.
You were all wild by this time.
So I did go over. Anyway, but yeah, a little bit confusing, really. You know, you wake up in. It's the usual thing. Wake up with a crowd around you. You know.
It's a lot different when it's somebody you know. It brings it into a different perspective altogether, because you feel that all eyes are on you. Plus, you're looking at a friend that you've known all that time, and you're trying your very best to make sure that they make it. So it is more unnerving than normal.
When I arrived at the scene, it was really heavy rain. I was met on the hard shoulder by one of Ray's friends who was waving me down. I obviously immediately stopped, was taken across to Ray. The friends were able to help me carry all my kit down the embankment, which was very wet and quite muddy, up and over a fence and to the pathway where Ray was. When I arrived there, Ray was receiving CPR from his friends, which was very good CPR, and friends were supporting him, telling him how much they loved him, and generally giving him good moral support as well as proper CPR. When I attached the defibrillator, Ray's heart was in a condition called ventricular fibrillation. The only way out of this condition is to receive a defibrillation shock. He got a defibrillation shock immediately. His heart bent into a normal rhythm, but without an output. So then I was able to carry on the CPR with a device I have called the Lucas device, which helps to give CPR. My friends and colleagues arrived to help me with the resuscitation. After about 13 minutes, Ray's heart was beating enough that he got a good output. And a helicopter arrived with a doctor on, and we were able to move Ray to the ambulance and go on for a definitive care at Liverpool Heart and Chest Hospital.
Going down, of course, he's trying to break it to me because the policeman just said, your husband's had a turn. So he's trying to break it to me that, you know, it's a bit more than a little turn. He didn't just faint.
In a big turn.
But I didn't, I couldn't take it in really, and it's amazing how your mind works. I'm thinking they'd all booked for the meal out, and I'm saying, well, someone cancelled the Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin pub.
I was concerned because we'd gone, and also we'd left one of our cars there for them all to come back. And I said, will someone bring our car back? And when Ray actually recognised me and put his hand up, Greg's face was just a picture. He was so delighted because he knew how long he'd been out, and he said, oh, he's recognised you. It's a really good sign.
Talk about brain damage, you know, after the 4 minutes, really.
Yeah, they kept.
So anyway, that was it. So a lot's owed to Greg and the rest of the boys for getting there quick.
This is something that doesn't happen very often. So we don't even get to find out, did people survive? We may find out that they survived to discharge by a letter from our chief exec, but we don't actually get to meet them and see the personal sides of things. We've got to meet Ray's family, which is a brilliant opportunity, and realise what a difference it made. So it's a privilege to be part of it, and it's really lovely.
They all took part in it, they all saved my life and kept things going, i.e. what's in there, until the ambulance came.
Broadgreen has been absolutely marvellous. Mr. Medulati, the surgeon's fantastic. And everything since has been really into place, even as much as all the prescriptions going to our own doctors and getting a call from our own doctor and bringing up to say everything was in place, just because we came out of hospital with like a chemist shop. And Ray hates taking the tablets.
Yeah, I do. They take time.
Because he's never taken.
When before going on the walk, we were all talking in our house where we had a baby butted, and they were all saying all the various tablets they take for high blood pressure and one thing and another. And I said, well, I don't take anything. By the end of the day, I was taking more than them put together, you know. They inspire you, you know, because I always think when I'm there trying to get recovery, trying to get walking again, trying to, you know, do weights or whatever it is to get fit. I always remember then.
Yeah, when you're trying to do it on the bike. We're all got a bicycle in the conservatory.
Yeah. But I remember them, and they did everything for me.
Yeah.